All right, welcome to another AutoCAD Facecast. My name is Charlie Crocker, and I'm a Senior Product Line Manager for AutoCAD. And today we're going to be talking about the Autodesk Design Suite.
Hi, I'm Sean Young. I'm the Senior Marketing Manager for the Autodesk Design Suite. And over the next half hour, we're going to show you how you can teach your AutoCAD some cool new tricks with the Autodesk Design Suite. Please post your questions in our interactive chat on the Facecast while we're talking, and we'll get to your questions at the end of our Facecast. So what is the Autodesk Design Suite? Well, you can think of the Autodesk Design Suite as the new way to get AutoCAD. Why is it the new way to get AutoCAD? Because it introduces a whole bunch of really cool new workflows for AutoCAD. And it does all this at a great price. You can get the Autodesk Design Suite at about 50% of the price compared to buying all of the individual products in the Autodesk Design Suite. And now, what do you get with the Autodesk Design Suite? Well, with the Autodesk Design Suite, you get AutoCAD and visual communication. With visual communication, you can create really nice looking illustrations, real-time 3D live presentations. You can create renderings, images, even animated movies, all right from your AutoCAD data. With the Autodesk Design Suite, you also get conceptual design workflows. With the conceptual design workflows in the Autodesk Design Suite, you can create free-form conceptual sketches with a lot of creative freedom. You can even bring in AutoCAD data, working directly on your AutoCAD data, and manipulate it, create a bunch of design iterations and variations. You can even annotate it for sharing with others. So what do you get with the Autodesk Design Suite? Well, first and foremost, you get AutoCAD. You also get Sketchbook Designer, Showcase, 3ds Max Design, Alias Design, and Mudbox. So we assume most of you are pretty familiar with AutoCAD. So for this presentation, we're going to spend our time helping you to understand three products that you may not know as well: Sketchbook Designer, Showcase, and 3ds Max Design. Charlie?
Great. So we're going to talk a little bit about the conceptual design workflows and the visual communication workflows today. And to do that, we'll talk about each of these products individually. So what I'm going to do is start with Sketchbook Designer. It's a hybrid vector and raster drawing program and painting tool. There's a lot you can do with it, from freeform painting to vector editing, image compositing, and the vector editing tools are incredibly intuitive and fluid, so you can create stunning visuals incredibly fast. But what's even cooler is that the vector paths, you can be assigned this painted look. So instead of drawing with ordinary lines, you can use paint strokes. But unlike typical raster editing, your paint strokes can be tweaked after you draw them. You can launch from directly within AutoCAD and get into Sketchbook Designer to make these beautiful visualizations, or you can take and start from Sketchbook and create some casual, easy, free-form concepts and bring those in as vectors within AutoCAD as well. It's incredibly powerful.
Thanks, Charlie. So I'm going to show you how you can use Sketchbook Designer right from AutoCAD. You can launch Sketchbook Designer directly from your AutoCAD and quickly bring your drawings to life. You can highlight certain features and add impact where you need it. You can add sketches, markups, and annotations directly on top of your AutoCAD content. And you can even manipulate your data directly inside, your AutoCAD data directly inside of Sketchbook Designer. Using its powerful sketching tools, you can create shape variations, symmetric design, composition, with complete creative freedom. Your Sketchbook Designer work can then be returned to AutoCAD as curves, and this is really cool. And then from there, you could refine the data directly in AutoCAD, for example, extrude into 3D. With Sketchbook Designer, you can manipulate and composite images to quickly create variations for rich communication. You can create photo montages, for example, by overlaying imagery on top of the photograph. This makes it easy to create your design in context. Whether you need to explore design concepts, annotate your AutoCAD drawings, produce illustrations for visual communication, Sketchbook Designer offers powerful artistic tools and maximum creative freedom for all phases of your design.
I love seeing the output we get from a lot of our customers around Sketchbook. They're using it as a way to, even before they do their designs, they're using it as a way to kind of communicate the intent and show how it might even fit into the setting. So it's a really great tool. What I want to talk about now is Showcase. Showcase is really great. It's like having a gaming engine right inside of AutoCAD. You actually just open your AutoCAD model in Showcase and it automatically renders it for you. And it uses the materials and the shot settings that you've set up in AutoCAD. But the cool thing is it's not just a static image. It's a real 3D scene that you can spin around and look at. So it's really fun to work with. There are a lot of different things you can do with Showcase. You can walk around your design, you can fly around, you can explore a bunch of different options like changing the environment that you're viewing, or the colors, or the materials, that kind of thing. And then you can view that image and save it and use it in a presentation. But a really cool thing you can do is 3D presentations, real live 3D presentations. So you can do walkthroughs and slideshows with tools directly inside of Showcase. So you're able to amaze your audience, your coworkers, your clients, and your friends. Showcase brings your AutoCAD designs to life and really gives you that sense that you're in a real powerful gaming environment.
Great, thanks a lot, Charlie. So now I'm going to show you how you can actually use Showcase by bringing your AutoCAD data directly from AutoCAD into Showcase. For example, a design review, meeting with your peers, or a live presentation with your clients. So it all starts with your DWG file, which can be imported from the import template inside of Showcase, and Showcase does all the work for you. It automatically creates the rendered scene with the Autodesk materials that were assigned inside of AutoCAD, and it also captures the views from AutoCAD as shots. Showcase has many pre-saved environments for you to choose from. The application also takes into account how materials should be displayed in different lighting conditions. You can refine your model by changing materials, and Showcase supports the Autodesk Material Library. So all the Autodesk materials that were applied in AutoCAD are preserved. And now look, you can see we've just created a really compelling professional image in minutes. You can walk around your scene, you can orbit in real time. It's like having a video game for your AutoCAD data. The option to switch between the stylistic and photorealistic rendering styles helps you focus on design details that are important to your audience. And you can validate your design in real time by exploring design alternatives live with your client, focusing on different design options and details. You can even create your own movies, animated shots, etc. It's all as simple as point and click. And finally, you bring it all together in a storyboard using a slide metaphor that you're very familiar with from the other software that you use. Charlie?
Great. So I've actually seen a lot of great demonstrations on this. I've seen these beautiful engines or cars or different objects that are put inside of a warehouse, and you're able to look at it from a variety of different angles. But the next thing I want to talk about is 3ds Max. 3ds Max is an incredibly powerful tool. With 3ds Max, your imagination is the limit. This tool is used to create cinematic quality movies. But most of the beautiful renderings that you actually see on Autodesk.com or in architecture magazines or construction site billboards, they come from 3ds Max. But I'll bet you didn't know that most of these images started life in AutoCAD. 3ds Max Design makes it simple to import or link your AutoCAD data so you don't have to recreate your work as your design evolves. If you change the design outside, your photorealistic rendering inside 3ds Max changes as well. So you can create beautiful cinematic quality animations and lifelike photorealistic renderings.
I'm going to show you how to get started with 3ds Max from AutoCAD. Accessing your design data from AutoCAD inside of 3ds Max Design is really painless. And you could link to your AutoCAD data with 3ds Max Design so that all your geometry, materials, project settings, etc., they're all transferred, and as the design evolves in AutoCAD, it actually updates inside of 3ds Max Design, so you don't lose work. Now, there's new rendering technology inside of 3ds Max Design called Quicksilver that helps you create non-photorealistic or artistic-looking renderings very easily. And you can work directly in the non-photorealistic mode inside of the viewport, so you can see the effects of your work right away and eliminate the need for test renderings. And this all happens very quickly. And even if you go into the photorealistic mode, all the materials, lights, geometry in the viewport actually closely match what they'll look like when it's finally rendered. And what's really amazing about 3ds Max Design is the new iRay. Finally, you can create really nice photorealistic looking renderings with hardly any effort at all. There's no books to read, no magic wizardry to figure out. You just specify how much time you want the computer to process your rendering, and it creates an incrementally better looking rendered result. That's the new iRay inside of 3ds Max Design. Thanks. So, do we have any questions?
We do. First question. Do I need a Wacom graphics tablet to use Sketchbook Designer?
Charlie, you want to take that?
Okay, so Sketchbook Designer has been set up so that you can use either the mouse clicks within, set up to be optimized for the mouse clicks, but it also works with graphics tablets. So either one is really possible, but you don't have to have a graphics tablet to be successful in using Sketchbook.
Great. Next question. I don't model in 3D. Can I still use Showcase?
Well, actually, you do need a 3D model to use Showcase, but if you're designing in 2D in AutoCAD, there are still a lot of options available. Using Sketchbook Designer, you can actually click in AutoCAD on the Open in Sketchbook Designer button that will send your AutoCAD design over to Sketchbook Designer, where you can use all of its painting and illustration tools to create a really nice looking colored illustration from your AutoCAD design.
Great. Next question. It sounds like it takes a lot of effort to get nice looking results with 3ds Max, or 3ds Max Design.
Do you want me to take that?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, great. So, well, 3ds Max Design is a really amazing application. The technology has been around a long time, and Hollywood studios use it to make movies. The game companies use it to make the video games you play. There's so much you can do with it. So clearly, it's a sophisticated and highly capable tool. But you don't need to use all of those features to create nice-looking renderings from your AutoCAD data. We really showed you the workflow, and that's as complex as it gets. You just open up your AutoCAD or link to it from 3ds Max Design. Everything comes across. Then you can use iRay to render quickly and easily. And iRay is an amazing new rendering feature in 3ds Max Design.
I was recently visiting with some architecture firms in New York City, and they had walls of all the projects that they've been working on, and they've done 3ds Max renders. There must have been 200 or 300 specific photos of each of their projects. So as their clients came in, they were able to look at and see all of these gorgeous renderings of things that they were either thinking about or things that they had already accomplished.
Well, that's just it, Charlie. I mean, there's only so much information that non-technical people are going to get from looking at a 2D AutoCAD drawing. Having the full photorealistic 3D image in context with the site all around it, with people walking around, changes the game. And you know what? If it's not ubiquitous now, and I think it is, it's going to be.
Yeah.
Great. And then another question. Mudbox looks awesome. What is it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Well, Mudbox is really, really cool. It's a whole new way of doing 3D modeling. If you've tried 3D modeling, this is going to blow your mind. If you've never tried 3D modeling, it's a great way to get introduced to the medium because it uses this technique that you've been using since you're a child, which is sculpting, using your hands. You don't have to be a professional artist to use it. You start with a basic shape like a cube or a sphere, and you sculpt away using these really intuitive tools in Mudbox with a Wacom tablet or with a mouse. There's all sorts of amazing things you can do. And it's used in the entertainment industry to create some of the coolest characters in games and movies that I'm sure you're very familiar with. So it's starting to be used in the design industry in ways that we never imagined. We're looking forward to seeing what you can do with it.
So it's really a new paradigm for how you can start to do some imaginations and to play with form and to play with shape. So it's definitely something worth exploring.
Great. And another person asks, they love AutoCAD, but do they need all this other stuff?
I think I can take that one. So I've heard that from a lot of our AutoCAD customers, but what I'll say is that we've met a lot of our customers who are starting to really use these 2D and 3D visualization tools. Like I said, the customers that I met with in New York City, I've met with a bunch of customers recently in Brazil, and many of these people are already starting to leverage the 3D modeling. And what's interesting too is a lot of the young folks coming out of school these days and students are actually doing a lot more with 3D modeling and with 2D composite sketching. So this is really, I think, where we're moving, and it's a great opportunity for you at a very inexpensive price to start to be able to play around with these tools, or to provide these tools to more people within your organization so that you can actually really deliver some huge value with visual communication and conceptual design.
Cool. Actually, so Charlie, you mentioned price. So I want to mention there's a question.
This is from the Thunderbird School of Management.
Yeah. Go ahead with the question.
And the question is, as a grad student, can I download ADS for free?
Well, actually, you can. For students, there's free downloads on the Autodesk student community. So you can get either the individual apps inside of Autodesk Design Suite or the whole suite as a free download.
Great. I think that's all the questions for right now.
Okay, great. Thank you all very much. Thanks for joining us on our Facecast. If you have any more questions, look around this Facebook site, the AutoCAD Facebook site on the Visual Communications tab. There's lots of information here. Also, visit us at autodesk.com/ADS where we have a lot of the information we showed you today and a whole lot more. So thanks very much for your time.
All right, cheers.
Okay.